Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. It's going to be a reading from February 24th until March 2nd. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead and get started. I do want to announce that I am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that link will be down below in the description. Now, as far as how long we're going to be running that sale, I'm not sure, but I do feel intuitively, and I've been feeling more so that I'll probably stop the sale here pretty soon, probably here in the next few days. So just giving you a heads up. But let's jump into your reading here. I think you're looking for clarity and decisiveness at this time. It almost feels like things are indecisive or all over the place here, Sagittarius. And I think you're trying to make sense out of things because you're just trying to understand the direction of things. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense, right? Because Sag, you're an extroverted sign. You're fire. Fire deals with decisiveness, clarity, light, illumination, right? Being able to see things and then act. But all this Pisces energy is squaring you right now. The sun's in Pisces. We got Mercury in Pisces, and Mercury this week is making all types of aspects. So when it comes to our mind and wanting clarity and trying to find things and understand things, that's definitely, sort of a challenge, but also maybe probably the most transcendent process that's happening for us at the same time. I just did a horoscope on this. I broke down the astrology for this week. If you want to watch that, I highly suggest that you do. That link will be down below in the comments. I definitely go deep into it, and so if you're wanting to understand this energy more deeper, definitely watch that video, because this week things are about to get extremely out there. So let's see here. But I was going to say, all this Pisces energy is squaring you, right? And Pisces is indecisive. And I don't say that in a negative way, but Pisces needs time to sit on things, contemplate things, do deep research, reflect, right? Because there's no Pisces. It's just the broadening and looking at all types of different angles and understanding things. And the truth really that Pisces shows us is that you can always learn and know more. And so that's the whole point of it. And so, Sag, you're very much extroverted, like, okay, I got the knowledge and the belief, I want to take action on it. But Pisces is more so, well, let's review it more. Let's go deeper into it more. So that can create distortion, and that can create uncertainty or like confusion, right? Or disoriented, you're feeling disoriented because of the Pisces energy that's squaring you. And so with that Knight of Swords being in your challenge, it's like you're definitely you're trying to figure out what to do, how to say something, how to take action on something. There is a breakthrough here, point here though in this read. You pulled this Aquarius card. It says, I know. Yep. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to connect all the pieces here. And I think really what you're seeking is innovation. Aquarius is a sign that deals with innovation. Right? It's being eclectic and taking in all types of newer information and weighing out the pros and cons of all of those things, and then basically, formulating your own thing. And I think that's what you're trying to do here with this Aquarius card. You're definitely looking to innovate here. And I think you did pull the Tower here in the outcome. And I think this is some type of innovational breakthrough here. I don't get a bad energy off this Tower. Specifically because this week, Mars is sextiling Uranus, and that is very much like Tower energy. It's like sudden epiphany, sudden download, the ability to suddenly see things differently and being able to innovate. Because Uranus is a planet that deals with innovation. It's ruled by, or Aquarius rules it, right? So you pulled this a time to give rather than take here. Yeah, Virgo is a sign that deals with being of service, and so is Aquarius. Like Aquarius is the humble, the servant, right? That serves for the greater good of things and sacrifices oneself, like lets go of one's own ego's desires. And Virgo is just being of service, right, in a practical way, right, to help others. And I think you have a gift to give to the world, or spirits just want you to give more. And I'm not saying that because you're being selfish. I don't really get that. Maybe you are. If you are, then, But I think it's more so that maybe you're holding back. You're holding back too much. Because I think, if I'm being real, I think this Knight of Swords being the challenge, because even me, I suffer from this. Like, because I want it to make sense. I want it to be clear as day. And I want it to be perfect. But that can create just us eventually doing nothing, just suffering from analysis paralysis. Right? And so the Page of Cups says you got to express it from the heart, be fluid with it, be, Mercury being in Pisces, it's about like letting it flow. It's trusting in the flow. You pull this cicada card, it says voice. Yeah, it's like using your voice, and you have a very powerful voice for one, I feel, but it's letting it flow. It's like speaking up. I shouldn't say that. Some of you Sagittarius are probably real loud, but I think it is more about like, it's like it's communicating, these deep things, these things that you're picking up on. And it may not make sense, but it's like you just communicate it. You pulled the Two of Cups here for your overall energy this week. I feel like this could be love here for you. I don't get this primarily with this Two of Cups, but there could be things that happen for you this week in regards to love. I think this Two of Cups is you. And it's like, yes, it's like, of course, like, yes, it deals with love, but but it's like also the Two of Cups, not just love. It's really that it deals with you and how connected you feel to yourself. With all this Pisces energy, Pisces is your fourth house. So talk about going into the depths of things at this time, Sagittarius. Your inner world, going to the roots of things, right? Nourishing yourself, connecting to your inner self. That's what's really happening here with the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is Venus and Cancer. Cancer rules the fourth house, and Venus rules your connection, your receptiveness to that. So it's like you're becoming so receptive to your inner world at this time that there's so much that you're discovering and things that are revealing itself with all this Pisces energy, that it could be hard to really understand it or integrate it, because Pisces does square you. So that's what's trying to happen, is the integration. And that's what the caduceus is in the middle of the card, like the weave right in the middle. The two snakes, right? It's like that's the integration. It's Kundalini energy too. You pulled the Queen of Cups here in your current energy at this time. And I think right now you're very focused on self-care at this time. And it's interesting, you may need to give to yourself more. I mean, if you're being real here, Venus is ruling your reading, because you have Venus and Cancer with the Two of Cups. And Venus is going retrograde in Aries. Right, so Venus is being emphasized, and Venus it can deal with self-love. And with it being retrograde, it's specifically becoming more withdrawn and makes us become more inward, right? So the ability to nurture yourself, or the ability to enjoy yourself, understand your values, find satisfaction. I think that's what you're really focused on at this time with the Queen of Cups. You have the Knight of Swords here in your challenge. Again, I think there could be some indecision here, because it's like you're trying to like sit on things, contemplate things. So I don't get that your challenge is, I don't think that it's necessarily bad that you're doing that. But the one thing about Pisces is that it can't be too indecisive, right? To the point to where it doesn't do anything. Right? So it's like, but this is where you have to really listen to your intuition, because there's going to be times, I feel here, like the Page of Cups shows up. It's like this muse of inspiration to create, or to channel something, or to say something, or to do something. And you got to trust that. Because things are a bit uncertain at this time. And so trying to find like that clarity, the right moment, perfect time, Knight of Swords in the challenge, it's hard. You have the Two of Wands here in the future position. Yeah, and this would be the decisiveness and the clarity here that you're looking for. The Two of Wands is actually boldness, right? It's self-determination and taking action on your desires. I really want to clarify this to go deeper on this card, but I think here with the Two of Wands, this is you definitely acting more boldly. Fortune favors the bold. So we'll get more on that. There's something very much, there's some deeper on that card that we're gonna have to clarify. But yeah, you're making moves here, Sag. I'm gonna go even deeper into this read because that's what I do. The Knight of Swords, you're trying to find the right strategy, right? Because the Knight of Swords air, so it deals with the intellect, the ability to formulate new connections and understand things, and then figure out what your next moves are gonna be. But there's uncertainty, so you don't know what your next moves are gonna be. So the Page of Cups says you will intuitively feel what your next move would be, but you do have to surrender, let go, and allow for things to reveal itself. And the reason why that is because Mars is in Cancer, and Mars in Cancer is the strategist. The reason why is because Cancer deals with the hidden emotion. And so when you put Mars there, Mars isn't, because Mars is usually something, Mars acts extrovertedly, right? Like it takes action. It's not shy. But when it comes into Cancer, it becomes a little bit, not shy, but it becomes more, it's motivated off these deeper hidden emotions. So it's like you're kind of in a way strategizing here in a bit because because that's just how Mars behaves when it's in Cancer. So I do see that. You have the Tower here in the outcome, which is, I feel like it's some form of breakthrough here, or some type of epiphany or sudden disruption, but I think it's in a positive way. We'll clarify it. I think it's in a positive way because this week it's Mercury sextile Uranus, right? So that would be a positive disruption in a good way. You pulled the Queen of Swords here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, and there's two parts of expression. There's being able to comprehend yourself first so you can express it, but you can't express it if you don't comprehend it. And so that's what Pisces is, like comprehension. It's like this deeper sense of comprehension. So it can feel a little bit confusing. It's like there's so much to comprehend before you can express Knight of Swords and make your move or take action. So the Queen of Swords says the more you give yourself time to really comprehend things, the better. So that way you don't act rashly. Let's see. Clarify the Two of Cups here for the overall energy. Clarify the Two of Cups for the overall energy. You pulled this Fire card. It says expansion. It's like a fire is being lit in your soul here. And that's what that conjunction and what the North Node can definitely do. And Neptune, in Pisces. Mercury's there, Sun, Saturn, Neptune, North Node in Pisces, to where there's these deeper parts of ourselves that we're accessing, the depths of our minds and our emotion that is creating passion and drive and hunger. So the overall energy here, like you're rekindling that inner, Mars energy, that passion. And Mars comes direct here on the 23rd or 24th. So, we've been looking for that fire, Clarify the Queen of Cups in your current energy. Pull this flag card. It says devotion here. Boom. There it is. Queen of Cups. I think right now, self-love is of the most important right now. Being loving. All this Pisces energy does it with compassion and love and being generous and selfless. And so the more loving you can be toward yourself and others, it's definitely going to nourish you and help you feel good here. Clarify the Knight of Swords here in the challenge. You pulled this Heart card. It says connection. Yeah. I think you're trying to listen to your heart at this time, but you're trying to express from the heart. So it's like you're reconnecting to that fire in your soul here. Because what is fire? It's clarity. It's clarity. Like it's decisiveness too. Right? And that's the Knight of Swords, but it's in the challenge. So it's like you're trying to find that fire, right, to light the way here for you. It's coming. Page of Cups says it's coming, but when your intuition will reveal it to you. It will be revealed subtly and intuitively, and that you have to listen to it. Because that's what Pisces is. It's the subtle awareness, the gentle awareness of things that speaks. Clarify the Two of Wands here in the future. Pull this pomegranate card that says prosperity here. You're motivated. You want what's yours, right? That's what you're doing. Like Two of Wands is, pomegranate is very connected to Venus, and Venus is our values, what it is that we want, how we want to receive something, how we want to enjoy it as well, what we want to enjoy. The Two of Wands is Mars, and so Mars is our Mars energy takes action to go get that, to go get whatever it is, and I think that's definitely you here, fucking motivated to go get what's yours. Clarify the Tower here and the outcome. You pull this Coffin card that says inevitable here. I'm gonna pull one more on this. And you pull this Crown card that says accomplishment here. Change is certain. The only thing that's certain is change, and that's what the Tower and the Coffin inevitable is. So the breakthrough that you want, and you're feeling like, man, is this shit ever gonna come? And what the fuck is it gonna look like? And how do I do it? And when is it gonna happen? And will I? It will happen. The Tower says there's always something that happens that breaks us free from things, and I think that's the accomplishment part with this Crown. But it's interesting though, because I'm gonna clarify this Page of Cups, because there's a deeper message on this one. You pulled this Lobster card. It says inner growth here. Yeah, with the Page of Cups. Yeah, lobsters are symbolic of growth, especially like conscious growth, becoming enlightened or expanding your consciousness, or just becoming aware of things, more deeply aware, right? And so there's these new things that you're growing into. You may actually stop doing something here with this Tower, because I think you're realizing, okay, like you're intuitively feeling like this is coming to an end, and it doesn't feel like it's something that you're like, oh man, like fuck. It doesn't feel like that. It's more so like you're like, okay, like yeah, like I'm ready to let go of it and willing to let go of it. But there is something like that this week, to where that's what happens. Like you let go of something, but in a way it frees up more space for you to actually, go for the crown that you really want. Clarify the Queen of Swords in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of. Yeah, you pulled this Bench card. It says assess here, and this is symbolic of like needing time to like fucking sit and think, right? To be able to comprehend Queen of Swords and figure out, how you're gonna say something, how you're gonna do things, how you're gonna make your moves, how you're gonna plan things out, right? Instead of acting rashly and just taking impulsive action. I think the one thing that I haven't seen being talked about is that Mars being in its debilitation in Cancer, or its fall position, that dignity doesn't, like when Mars is like in Capricorn, well, it's exalted in Capricorn, right? But just the dignity of a planet, even if it's exalted, like it's worthy of respect. It acts in a manner in which it's able to efficiently and effectively overcome whatever challenges are there. So when a planet's in fall, especially like with it being in Cancer, it's like we could act in an undignified way. That's not really in the dignified nature of what Mars is, right? And so that's why it's in fall position in Cancer. And so it can be like, especially with it being retrograde, you have to be aware of taking rash action, or doing things that only create more problems. So I think that's one thing to sit and contemplate and consider, is like how you really want to map things out and give yourself that space and that time. Like there's no rush with the Pisces season. There's no rush. And in fact, when you rush, you make more mistakes. So it's like, allow yourself to sit, contemplate, reflect, let the intuitive answers come, make subtle moves, plan things out. I'm not saying to sit idle and do nothing, but don't force it, right? So. want to elaborate a little bit more on what I said. Like when a planet's in this dignity, right? If it just has strong dignity, that it behaves in a way in which it actually it does things in its proper way. But when it's in fall or debilitation, it doesn't do things in its proper way. So if you don't do things in the proper way, right, people, it's not respected. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like you can't be unique. That's not what I'm saying. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. That you're taking actions in ways which is causing more conflict, right? Which is, at the end of the day, it's not giving you any. It doesn't do anything for you, right? It just makes things worse. But when you're behaving in ways and doing things in ways that is the right way of doing things, then it's like, of course, like you get more respect, or like even things start to happen better for you. So basically my whole fucking point, what I'm trying to say here is that don't, like, just be aware of taking rash action and allow yourself to really be more mindful here. I hope that makes sense, Sag. I'm gonna leave it here. I appreciate you, Sagittarius, for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And yeah, I'm wishing you the best, Sag, and I will see you later.